Hello, and thank you for watching this tutorial on how to use the Wofford Alumni Network on LinkedIn. My name is Lisa Ware, and I'm the Group Manager, and I'm also a staff member in Wofford's Center for Professional Excellence. This tutorial assumes that you've already joined LinkedIn and created a profile. If you haven't done that yet, go to www.linkedin.com and follow the directions to get started. To begin the tutorial, I'm going to log into LinkedIn and show you how to find the Wofford Alumni Network. If you haven't joined the group yet, the easiest way to find it is by going to the search box at the top of your LinkedIn homepage. In the drop-down menu, choose Groups, then just type in Wofford Alumni Network. And you probably won't have to type the whole group name in, and then just click on it and you'll go straight there. The profile I'm using today of the Wofford Terrier is already a member of the group. If you get to this page and you haven't already joined, what you'll see is a yellow button that says join this group, and you can just click on that to send a request. Depending on when you request to join, it may take from 1 to 3 days until your membership is approved. We do verify that all group members are alumni before approving membership, although we also allow current Wofford students, faculty, and staff to belong to the group. And once you're approved, you'll receive a welcome message via email. But now, if you're like most people, you join the group and then your life gets busy and you don't log back into LinkedIn for weeks or months or whatever. So how do you ever find this group again? So I've shown you one way by using the search box at the top of the screen. The faster way, once you're already a member of the group, is to simply click on Groups right here in the top navigation bar. And as you can see, the Wofford Alumni Network shows up right down here. This is where all of your groups will show up. If you have a lot of groups, you'll just see a button that says See All. So here we are in the group homepage. I'm going to show you the discussions, members, promotions, and jobs tabs. The discussion area loads by default. This is where you can start a discussion topic or share a link that may be of interest to group members. This is not the area to post a job advertisement, and we'll cover that later in the tutorial. So to post a discussion, you just want to start by typing in your headline. And add more details if you need to, but in this case I don't. But I do want to attach a link. So I'm going to go to this web page where I read this article and grab that URL and bring it back over here. And then I'll just post it right in this spot and attach it to my discussion. When you post a discussion topic, it shows up here in the What's Happening area of the group. And as you can see, it's just a handful of recent discussion topics, and it sort of scrolls along every few seconds and a new topic is loaded. And here's our topic right here. And if someone presses that link, they'll go straight to your article. And now we're just going to go back to the group. Just below the What's Happening area is the most popular discussions area of the group. And the most popular discussions area is really just a list of discussions that have gotten feedback from group members. And I'll just show you one or two of those. As you can see, these are posts from group members where other group members have commented. Now let's look at the members area of the group. New members join the group every day, And right now we've got nearly 1,500 at this time, or about 25 pages worth of people. It would take you a long time to go through all of these pages if you're looking for an alum who works in your field or at a company you'd like to work for. But fortunately, there's an excellent search tool in the members section. If you're searching for someone you already know and just want to know if he or she is a member of the group, you can type a name in the search box. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Once you click search, the person's name should show up in the search results box if they're a member of the group. And it looks like Scott Cochran, who is also the Dean of the Center for Professional Excellence, is a member of the Wofford Alumni Network. So let's click on his name and find out what we can find out about him. So here's Scott's profile. And one thing to understand about LinkedIn is that it functions in a very similar way to Facebook, in that users can determine how much information you can see about them. But it looks like we can see Scott's current and past positions, his education, and how many connections he has, plus his company website. And you can keep scrolling down to learn a little bit more. Let's imagine in this instance you want to ask Scott a question about any open positions at Wofford College. To get in touch with Scott, you have a few different options. How you contact him depends on whether or not you want to add him as a connection and the likelihood that he'll want to do the same. Becoming connected to someone means you have access to their connections and they have access to yours. Let's look at InMail first. InMail is LinkedIn's equivalent to cold calling. It allows you to send a message to anyone within LinkedIn, whether or not they're in your network or you already have a connection with them. This is useful for communicating with any persons that you don't know. But it's not available in the basic or free plan. So in this case, we're not going to be sending Scott an InMail. Another option is to get introduced through a connection. Using this feature allows you to send a message to Scott through a mutual connection without first becoming connected to him yourself. The message you send goes to your mutual connection first, and that person then decides whether or not to pass it on. In the introductions area, you can choose how much contact information to share with the person that you're trying to connect with. You can also choose a category of the type of inquiry you're sending so the person understands what they're responding to. You can type in a subject, and you can type in a detailed message to Scott. If you scroll a little further down, you'll see that there's also an area where you can include a note for your mutual connection explaining why you want to make the new connection and why you'd like that person's help in making it. But if you decide you'd like to add Scott to your network of connections so that you can see his updates and his connections, you can invite him to connect with you, which is free. When you invite someone to connect, LinkedIn will prompt you to choose how you know them. In this case, it's through a group. But you may also be a friend, a classmate, or former colleague of Scott's. The Include a Personal Note is one of the most important sections on LinkedIn. This is your opportunity to explain who you are and why you want to connect with this person. Unless it's someone you know really well, you should always take this opportunity to create a custom message. All you have to do is remove the canned text in this area and type whatever you like. It's important to remember that connecting through LinkedIn gives each of you access to the other person's connections, so it's better to fully explain who you are and why you want to connect so that the person has enough information to make a decision about whether or not to say yes. One thing that you do want to be aware of is that if a person declines your connection request and they mark the reason as "I don't know this person," LinkedIn will place restrictions on your account for a period of time. So be choosy about who you connect with and ask in a way that makes it likely that they'll say yes. So that's how you can search the group for a particular person and add them as a connection. What if you want to search for group members who work for a specific company that you want to work for, or in a particular type of industry so that you can connect and share information or get advice? To do that, let's go back to the search box, and this time we'll click on Advanced Search. Let's imagine you want to work for a company such as Milliken, a textile manufacturer located here in the upstate of South Carolina. You're hoping to make a connection with someone who has great connections inside Milliken or information that can help you out. In the relationship area, you can refine your search by connection. My advice is to begin your search with people that you are directly connected to, or connected to via someone else, or who you share a group with, so that you'll have an easy, free way to communicate with them. Choosing everyone in LinkedIn will get you more results, but you'll have to jump through some hoops to contact those people. So always at least begin your search with your connections. Now you can choose company. In this case, Milliken is already a selection. Check the box, and you can see all the people in the Wofford Alumni Network who work for Milliken. By viewing their profiles, you can choose the person or persons that you want to contact or make a connection with. You can also conduct searches based on location, which is great if you're moving to a new area or hoping to find a job in a particular city, by industry, as I mentioned earlier, and even by language. There are some other filters, but they require an upgrade to work and are beyond the scope of this tutorial. Now let's take a look at the Promotions tab. The Promotions tab is where group members can advertise their company's products and services, favorite causes, or anything that's not jobs or discussions related. It's great free advertising to other alums. Let's just scroll down and take a look at some of the folks who are using the Promotions tab. To create a promotion, you simply click on the Post a Promotion tab and fill in the details. One tip is to make sure that your promotion title very clearly states the type of business, product, or service you're promoting, rather than your name or something cryptic. You'll also want to make sure you leave the Follow this promotion box checked, so you will receive email if anyone comments or asks a question about your promotion. Now let's take a look at the Jobs tab. The Jobs tab is where you can post a job if you're interested in hiring Wofford alumni, or you can search for a job here if you're interested in being hired by an alum. This tab is a little funny. You'll notice that there are currently no jobs in this group. That's not accurate. A few months ago, LinkedIn moved to a paid job posting model, and group members and administrators can no longer post jobs for free. Instead, we now post our jobs in the Jobs Discussion area. This is also where you can post a job or search for jobs posted by group members. As you can see, there are actually several jobs posted in the Jobs Discussion area. Some days there will be many jobs posted here, other days not quite so many, but this is always the best place to check when you're looking for a job in the group. All group members can post a job in the Jobs Discussion area, and to do that is very similar to the discussion area. Just type in your job details, add a description if you want to, or a link if you have an application on a website. And when you click share, the job will show up under the recent activity, just like these other positions. According to LinkedIn, job discussions will only appear for 14 days. If you want your job to appear longer, you simply repost it. Every new LinkedIn member receives instructions about how to find jobs in the jobs discussion area of the group when they receive their welcome email. I want to tell you about one additional benefit of the Wofford Alumni Network, and that's subgroups. The group right now has nearly 20 subgroups based on geographic location, class year, and industry. To find subgroups, go to the More tab and click on Subgroups. Here you can see a list of all the different subgroups that you can join. And I'll just scroll down those very quickly so you can check them out. Once you're a member of the Wofford Alumni Network, you don't have to receive approval to join a subgroup. You just click on the subgroup and you join. Each subgroup looks like a mini Wofford Alumni Network, with all of the same tabs and all of the same features. Subgroups are a great way to refine your search for connections that can help you, and also just a great way to keep in touch with Wofford alums. I've covered a lot of information in this tutorial and barely scratched the surface of what LinkedIn can do. I hope you'll use the Wofford Alumni Network to find a job, hire a Wofford alum, or stay connected to other Wofford grads and to Wofford. I'll leave you with one request. Please encourage other alumni to join the network. The larger the group, the more company and industry connections you'll have, and everyone wins. It's very easy to invite someone to join. The Share Group button is at the top of every page in the Wofford Alumni Network group page. You can click to share on LinkedIn. You can post it to the groups that you belong to, or send it to individuals, or just post to your updates. Or you can invite others to join. Just type the names of your connections in this box and LinkedIn will send them a very nice message with a link to the group. Thank you for your time, and I hope this tutorial has been helpful in explaining some of the features of the Wofford Alumni Network and making them a little bit easier to use. I'd love to hear from you with any additional questions or suggestions for additional tutorials. You can contact me through LinkedIn or by email at warelm@wofford.edu.